Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. The next episode of Red Valkyrie is about to start.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Red Valkyrie. I'm your host Shae the Red, feeling a little bit dead tired today, but you know what? We're going to get through it. And I am here with the super amazing creator of Butch Cleaver, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
It's like got a little bit of a migraine. Not really sure what's going on. It should be fine. All right, so we are here because you have this badass, super like hard rock kind of feeling, crazy book called Butch Cleaver, and I'm just gonna roll right in. And all right, it's guest choice. Do you want to play the video first, or do you want to roll right into your pitch?
Play the video first if you like.
Oh hell yeah, let's do it.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt Burke. I'm an indie comic artist and writer and creator of Butch Cleaver. So what is Butch Cleaver? Well, if you threw Batman, Swamp Thing, Jonah Hex, and Hellboy into a meat grinder, Butch Cleaver would come out. Butch Cleaver is a fantasy horror western about a brutal butcher who is killed and brought back to a curse that grants him the power to control and weaponize bone. He tries to use said power for revenge, reckoning, and redemption. With influences of old spaghetti westerns, Sin City, and horror movies from the last 80 years, Butch Cleaver might be the book you're aiming for. In this campaign, I'm offering a 48-page colored graphic novel with different tiers, backer input, and stretch goals. I was told I couldn't be an artist. I was told I couldn't make a comic. Now I'm here to ask you, help me prove the haters wrong and back Butch Cleaver. Thank you for your consideration.
Nice. I love it. And then is this the metal?
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing the metal track. Look, it's movie hour, everybody. We're gonna watch the metal track because this is amazing.
Animated by a thirst for fame, brought back to deal it over again. Devastated by the sneak, who begged for me and just one month. Roll the bones! Roll the bones! Slashing those fuckers on the car! Roll the bones! Sublime, super red. As that by the smooth legs, on the place, popping bones of time. All this left, this talk will look back. Roll up out! Roll. Roll them bones, slashing these fuckers on the jaw.
That is fucking epic. That is so awesome.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. So now that everyone is thoroughly fucking pumped for this shit, how about you go ahead with your pitch?
Yeah, sure. Butch Cleaver. It's basically it's a supernatural horror western about a brutal butcher who's killed and brought back to life by a voodoo curse, and that curse gives him the power to weaponize bone on a molecular level. He tries to use that power for revenge, reckoning, and possibly redemption. So you have a basically like a psychopath that was once alive. Now he is no longer alive, and he's resurrected. In this scene right here, he's being trained in a bone desert. The sands are made of bone dust by the demon Moth Mammon. He's basically like a trainer, and he's showing him how to use his power. And that's pretty much it.
So who are these? Are these the guys that killed him?
Possibly. I don't want to spoil too much.
Look at me already trying to get spoilers out of you in the first couple minutes. My bad.
Oh, it's all good.
The art style is actually really, really unique. Who's your artist? Is this you?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. You have a very it feels a lot like the old school metal album covers.
Yep, I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's exactly what it feels like. And I really, really want to try my hand at making this bone pistol. Like,
oh, wow, yeah.
so badly. You know what? In fact, fuck it, I'll throw down the gauntlet right now. So let's see how far away you are from funding. So you're trying to get 3,500. We're at 51%. We only got 5 days left. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Feel free to put this out wherever the hell you want. If you hit funding before your time runs out, is this your first 30?
My first
30. Or your
30.
second? Your first 30. So you still have a chance to extend.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna up the ante. So your 3,500 fixed goal. You hit 4,500 before your campaign is no longer live and goes in demand. Then I'll make that one, and you can add it up as a cosplay tier.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you.
It's cool. Big that you are interested, of course. However, I want to see this get funded. So if you get funded before that 5 days is up, I'll do it immediately. If you get 4,500 before your whole thing is up, then I'll do it then.
Sweet.
So I'm issuing 2 challenges, whichever one hits first.
Awesome. Thank you. Can't wait to see it.
I mean, it's a badass looking comic, and in all honesty, I really just want to try and make that, and I'm probably gonna fuck it up so bad first time, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
No,
I'm getting better at my cosplay stuff. I see that you've already got Mark, who's a total buy for it with his amazing style. So you can add a sticker to that, that is badass. So what do you mean by initial backers? It says all initial backers will receive first ever Butch Cleaver sticker.
So everyone that backs within the first 60 days gets that sticker for free.
All right. Oh, and look at that. Look at that. You have 4,500. Jason's also going to toss in a trading card.
Nice.
Boom. I love it. It's badass. I think that's going to be definitely within reach. And this is it's a really interesting concept. Like the way that you describe it, you kind of just talk about all my favorite things, and then you said, yeah, it's all of those in one book. It's like spaghetti westerns and super action and a little bit of horror. And I'm just like, ooh, I want all of that.
Yeah, I wanted to make a world with because I really like gothic architecture and just dark things and moons and bats and horror movies, all that stuff. And I wanted to make it a western, and I hadn't really seen like a straight up western like that, where it was basically like Victorian England and whatnot. So I figured I would make my own town in America called Oubliette, with every other building being either a cathedral. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Go.
Oh, with every other building being either a cathedral, a saloon, a French Quarter building, also like a mission, stuff like that. So there's a big, I have Tex-Mex influences, a lot of Creole, Cajun, French, a lot of different stuff. Southwest, all that stuff put in there.
Damn, that is awesome. That is really fucking cool. Oh, look at that. Mac also would like to offer up a trading card. bad fucking ass. You look at it, you got all this love and support. I love it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I agree with that with Joby's Realm, death, mayhem, destruction, all the good things. Absolutely. This is awesome. Okay, so before because you got your stretch goals. No, let's hit them now. So you have a couple of stretch goals listed out here, but only one of them that actually has an amount. So why don't you go ahead and just kind of describe your stretch goals to us and why you only have one of them actually listed.
So that one right there is basically I want to add more pages for behind the scenes content, which would be like a DVD or whatnot. Could do a bunch of different things. I have character concepts, stuff like that, concept design for the characters, different things like that. I'd like to add to the book, and among other things, it would be really cool. I'd also, the other goals, I have not put a price on them because I want to figure out how much money it's going to take to make those before I can actually put an amount on there. My main concern is just to get this fixed goal funded and to get all the tchotchkes to everybody. I want everybody to see this, as many people as possible. That's my main focus of this campaign, is just to get Butch Cleaver in as many hands as possible with as many tchotchkes as possible.
Heck yeah. So you're looking, the first one you're doing the behind the scenes, some of the other stretch goals that you're wanting to add after you kind of get to that point, you want to go, so you have a postcard.
Yeah, I want to do with the awesome Preston Azevedo. He did a original art piece that I have at the top as one of the perks. Okay. And I wanted to make that a postcard for everybody and have something to do with the town as well on there if possible. But I still have to talk to him about that, see what he wants to do, because it's going to be a jam concept.
Right. That's awesome. You also want to do a wanted Butch Cleaver pinup poster.
Yeah, like a straight up old like bounty hunter poster. Because in the book, spoilers, there's a bounty put on him and by one of the characters named Whitey Ratatouille. His cousin Opie Opossum's a bounty hunter, and he's trying to go after Butch with about a third of the way through the book. So he does pull out a wanted poster of Butch. So I wanted to put that in there. You can put it in your garage. You drink a beer, you're throwing darts at Butch's head. You know what I mean?
That's very true. Or if you're like me, that just has a shit ton of CG art all around your office, just add to it. Because I mean, fuck yeah. And then you're looking at doing an Opie Opossum trading card, a Mothman trading card, and making the paper thick, which everybody loves.
People like the thicker paper and stuff. So I think that might be kind of cool to do that. To make the book's presentation factor a little heavier, and
absolutely,
I wanted to do 3 trading cards basically because I want to do my, God willing, I'm going to do 3 books.
Okay.
And each campaign, if I do one, I'm going to do 3 trading cards. That way, you got a whole sleeve for the first main storyline, the triple arc for the 3 different campaigns. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, and hey, look, you already got people who are offering to do trading cards. So if you want, you could just whore them out. You're like, hey, if they get to a certain amount, then this guy's gonna do a trading card, and if we hit another amount, this guy's gonna do a trading card. Take at least a little bit of the work off of you, like a tiny bit.
Yeah.
This is pretty fucking badass, man. All right, so let's so if you back the sketch perk, it's something close to that you're gonna get. Where is it gonna be on the inside cover?
No, I'm going to do that on an actual sheet of paper. I'm messing around with different types of paper. I want it to be like a really special type of paper because there's different types. I've seen just different ideas. I'm looking at maybe a Bristol, maybe a canvas type paper. But yeah, it's definitely going to be like an awesome type of paper on the side, not a printer paper, nothing like that. Though.
Do you know what size you're looking at? Are you looking at about the same size as the comic book itself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. That'll be good. Excuse you, dog. That is not for you. I'm sorry. My dog is a jerk. Wise Guy says maybe vellum.
Yeah.
Never know. There's way too many. I print prints, and the amount of options that there are is just mind-boggling and slightly frustrating when you're like, I just want it to look good and I don't know what's going to look best, and I have 500 options, and what if one of them looks better than the other?
In the book, because I made the book in 3 different, I've already put it out, so I published this book. It was 3 issues, so I'm putting it, this is the first issue, this is the second issue, and this is the third issue
wow.
right here. And I'm combining them
Oh my
all into
God.
one book. That's why I'm doing it. And the way I have it, the format set up is my gutters are tiny. I make tiny gutters. That's just the style I wanted to make Butch Cleaver. Kind of like I really wanted to have big, wide, like a Western, like panoramic panels. So I wanted small gutters, small black gutters.
Oh.
So that's going to take some time for me to. I have to go back through all those 72 pages and make it fit into the graphic novel format. So it's a little time consuming, and then messing with the word balloons and stuff like that. So it's going to take some tweaking.
Yeah, but I mean, so in other words, all the art and everything for this is done.
Oh yeah, it's all done. It's all completed. The only thing extra that I did was a cover, but that's done. And I just finished the trading card that all the backers are going to get right here. And I'm also I'm going to offer it up probably as an original art tier.
Very
I'm just
cool.
flatting that right now. I'm actually flatting that right now. That's what I was doing before I jumped on here. I'm flatting it, and then I'm working on the colors. So flat country.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Awesome.
This is this page right here is an absolutely insane page. I just want to say, like, and I've seen people that have done these like 24 panel pages and like ridiculous, crazy amounts of panels on one page. I've never seen somebody who did all the work to do that and then put two main characters over a chunk of it. But I'm digging it because all of these are like tiny little swipes and little bits and pieces to his training regimen, I'm assuming.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, hopefully I'd like to put as many of those in any book as possible. I really like a lot of little panels. I don't know why. I just, not every page, but maybe like one page in a book, just to kind of cover a lot. You can do a lot with that, and I think it's kind of fun. It kind of it messes with the rhythm of the reading, I guess, a little bit, because it's a lot like music. You're just like it's like a blast beat going through one song, kind of through one page. But it's I don't know. It's just something different.
I feel like it's really good if you have something like this where they're engaged in like a really fast-paced battle and a lot is happening all at once, and it's major action, because when you're doing something like this in comics, it's really hard to get across that sense of urgency and that sense of like fluidity. But if you have all of these little panels and they're small, they're super small, so there's not a whole bunch for you to stare at in each panel. And so that helps the reader move through it. And then there's so many of them, so you just scan through them all very quickly. But I really love how you kind of did this, like, if this is the equivalent of too long didn't read for somebody, you have the overarching at the top, like, here you go, they're fighting. You know what I mean? Like the two on the top, it's just like they're beating the shit out of each other. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's like a camaraderie. Well, I don't want to spoil too much about with Moth Mammon and Butch, but you don't really know what's up with Moth Mammon. You don't know what his goals are. You just know he's there to train Butch and give him advice throughout the series. And Butch talks a lot of shit to him, though. He's a dick to him.
I mean, as true friends are. That's I would expect nothing less. All right, so let's go over your tiers real quick, and so people kind of know how they can back you, because this is a pretty gnarly fucking, like, having Death Metal Hero and Rotten Glory team up and make that for you is probably the most perfect way to describe what the name Death Metal Hero, who screamo sang for you, and Rotten, who was like, I wanted to be badass like the 90s, and just like put all the blood pour and like the whatever he could find. You know what I mean? Like, to
rolling the dice.
The most perfect way to explain what this is. All right, so your featured tier. I'm sorry, I got off track.
For some reason, I can't.
Can you not? Oh wait,
oh, my bad.
This is why you can't see it. That's not you. That's me.
No,
I'm the host here. I'm the one boomering. Don't worry about it. All right, so you got your featured tier right here for $60. Tell us about that.
So that's a featured tier. You're going to get the signed book. You're going to get a head sketch by me. You're going to get a trading card, and you're going to get a sticker by 6 a.m. So it's $60 plus shipping.
Nice. All right. Not bad. Not bad. 25 signed book and trading card.
So that's just a standard basic tier. That one you're going to get the signed book, the trading card, and then you're also going to get the sticker by 6 a.m. And they're in a Gemini mailer.
Very nice. $45 What are we getting here?
That one's for people that want the reader copy, or if you're overseas, because I'm shipping worldwide, you get 2 books for the bulk price, 2 trading cards for $45 plus shipping.
Very nice. And then you have some original art up for grabs. So this is a specific page.
Yeah, I wanted to make all the art just specific perks. So that one right there is an original art page. And that one's taken from a scene where Butch is in a Viking meat hall saloon. And there's this doctor that tries to take his knife from him, and it doesn't work too well from him. It's Dr. Grackle. He was one of the characters that you showed earlier. So yeah, I wanted to have a page with some action in it for someone to buy it. That right there, you're going to get the original art. You're going to get a signed book. You're going to get a head sketch. You're going to get a trading card, and you're going to get a sticker, and that's free shipping worldwide.
Awesome. That's super awesome, especially that worldwide shipping. So if it's already going to cost a bit for you to end up backing this internationally, and you got a little bit extra, you might as well just say, screw it. Let's just throw a little bit more money, get some original art and free shipping. So at least it's going well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Preston Acevedo.
And then right here we have the Preston Acevedo art. And that's the same thing. You're going to get hopefully the postcard art, and that's on an 11x17 by Preston. He's he's one of my favorite artists. That you're also going to get the signed book by me, and also a head sketch by me, a trading card, and then you're also going to get the sticker, and that right there is also free shipping in there as well, I believe.
Heck yeah. Sorry to anyone who is having a hard time right now catching us on YouTube. I guess YouTube's having issues. My internet is kind of having issues. I'm not sure if it's my internet or if it's just stuff on YouTube, because on my side everything seems like it's kind of smooth. But how's it look for you, Matt? Do I still look a little hitchy?
Right now it's okay. I will say though that on the Preston tier, that one doesn't have the free shipping in it. That one's a little different because he's shipping it from his house and I'm shipping it from mine. So
gotcha.
Just to clarify, sorry everybody, I fucked up.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's good. So it's good to know. Yeah. So since this is, because it would be silly for him to ship it to you and then you to ship it out.
Yeah,
it's the same thing I'm doing. I've got cosplay tiers for other campaigns over here, and I was like, I'll just ship it. Like, there's no point in me shipping it to you to have you ship it out to them. So, alrighty, and then we have the Dead Bones for 400.
So that one right there was the trading card art for the people that the Cleavers that signed up for the pre-campaign before the Butch Cleaver campaign launched, and that's just the original art for it. And with that, you're going to get the original art. You're going to get the signed book by me, a head sketch, a trading card, sticker, and you're also going to get free shipping worldwide on that as well.
Yeah. And for 500, what art are we getting for this?
For that one, you're going to get the Butch Cleaver Indiegogo CG cover. You're also going to get the, and that's on 11x17. You're going to get the signed book, the trading card, the sticker. You're also going to get a head sketch by me and free shipping worldwide.
Heck yeah. That is super awesome. All right. Well, this is pretty fucking badass for sure. So for everybody who's over here watching right now, if you have questions or anything, please, pretty please, put your questions in the chat so we can ask Matt all of our favorites. I do know that he has got another engagement with somebody else who's cooler than me, so I gotta wrap him up in like 20 minutes or whatever. Also, he's just going to Phil, and I can tell Phil that he just has to wait his turn. I can't wait for Phil to pop into the chat and be like, I hear you, Shae, stop it. But yeah, so this is your first campaign that you've done. Do you know how many books you're wanting to do total in the Butch Cleaver universe?
Oh, for sure. I already have three like lined up, scripted and everything. I'm already working on the second book. I'm like a few pages into that already. So it's definitely going to be 3 books. The next book's going to be 48 page plus, and the one after that will be 48 page plus. And then if it works out, I'll keep doing it for this universe. Butch Cleaver would be a a stepping stone into a threshold of a shared universe that I would have. I have a bunch of different styles and genres of comics I'd like to tell that are all interconnected into one universe, but that's a different horse of a different color, I guess.
Okay. All right. And then oh, Jason. We have Jason's classic question. If you were a tree, what tree would you be?
Would be an oak.
An oak? Why is that?
I'd be a redwood. I'd be a redwood.
Okay.
Because I'm from California. Why? I'm from California, and those things live old, and they're badass, and they're just cool.
So they're kind of, you know what? Kind of like a tree of knowledge or a tree of wisdom. Oh,
right, can I change it the third time? I'd be Yggdrasil. I'd be connected to the 9 realms.
There you go, the world tree. Look at you. Look at you just constantly changing. I feel like is there a tree that's indecisive? I feel like that's really closer to the truth.
Yeah, right.
Whatever is the indecisive truth. Fade Salvation wants to know, so what are the main bad guys in this book?
So in here, there's not. So you got Butch, right? He's basically like a dead, skeletal phantasm that can, change his body into different forms. He can control bone on a molecular level. So, he could do shotguns and rifles and 6-shooters and cleavers and butcher knives and saws and, whatever you could think of. What do you have that's going to be worse than that? And before that, he was a brutal person when he lived, So who as a creator, I have to think of something that's going to have to be worse than that. And here he's dealing with one of the potential protagonists might be the Voodoo Doll. And the Voodoo Doll is a preacher pimp that runs an establishment called the House of Love. The front of the house is a church, and the back is a dollhouse, and that's his bordello. So he's one of the characters that Butch comes into contact with that might be a villain. Then there's another one too as well, named Whitey Ratatouille, and that's Butch's old boss. And he is the slaughterhouse owner of Ratatouille Meat Company, meat packing, and he might be a villain as well. The town is filled with a lot of seedy people, but the main antagonist for sure is the Opie the Opossum, and that's the one with the dead possum skin cap on his head. He's a bounty hunter trying to take out Butch. But I wanted to make a city with a bunch of different villains that kind of were you didn't know really if they were good or bad or what, and I wanted to have a lot of different elements, kind of like Batman with the Penguin and the Joker and Two-Face and the Riddler and Mr. Freeze. I wanted to have all that. Or Sin City, you got the ladies at downtown, and you got that yellow bastard, and then you got Marv, and that type of feel to it.
Right. Gotcha. So who's this ox in the background? She seems a little relevant, and also very much dead.
So that right there is Tor. That's
okay.
Butch's bull. I wanted to have a dead butcher cowboy riding around on a dead bull. That's his. That's like Robin and the Batmobile put together for him. So
I like it.
That's his support mechanism. It doesn't really talk. He just how you have your dog, or your cat, or your pig, or your bull, or your horse. That's his buddy. So
I like it. The only friend he probably has, because he looks like a son of a bitch, to be honest.
Yeah.
I Borrow Ideas has a unique question you probably aren't going to fully understand. When can we expect a hand turkey stretch goal? I'm assuming you have no idea what he's talking about.
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah, no. Totally 1,000% expected. I do hand turkeys that are ridiculous and really terrible. Both in quality and execution, but for whatever reason, everybody seems to love them. So, and I do them of these kinds of characters, literally putting my hand down on my surface, tracing around it.
Oh,
and then,
okay.
Yeah. And then make them overly detailed for a hand turkey. As Wise Guys said, that's a Shae exclusive.
Cool.
We'll see. Look. Get us so I can make that damn bone pistol, okay? If you get it so I make the bone pistol, maybe I will do an exclusive Butch Cleaver hand turkey that Matt can decide if he's going to offer to everyone or if we're going to print out one to give with the bone pistol. Oh my gosh, you guys are so ridiculous. So here's another question that I have, because there's a couple different times that you draw him, and he's got like all of these like massive holes and over exaggerated gaps and stuff in his bones. Is that just because he's got this ability to morph them however he wants, and that looks really scary, or another reason behind the madness?
Yeah, basically, his bone. I wanted to really play around with the bone anatomy for this character. I wanted it to be amorphous. I wanted his bones to just be different all the time, just constantly changing, and I really just wanted to do a lot of different crazy stuff with it. His chest, I wanted to give him a bone six pack, and I wanted to incorporate his six pack and his chest into his actual symbol. So on his belt buckle, when he's in his butcher cowboy form, that's his belt buckle, that's his insignia. Also, I put that in the title, like for the branding or whatnot. So yeah, that's basically that's it. That's it with that. So and then I wanted to give him big, like, cauliflower cheekbones, so they're really exaggerated.
Yeah, I liked those, by the way, because it was fun to paint on. It was like the big over exaggerated cheekbones. It was definitely fun to try and do. I was trying to get to, there it is. Oh, right here. I got you. Look at that. That's badass. I like how you made them, and so they like kind of poke up really high. Like
Yeah.
Almost like some kind of bit of armor or something like that. And then the jacket you gave him to wear, where it kind of everything sits up high, so it's like very, very plausible. They're still up underneath that without it being awkward. And it's like, no, that's why everything sits up and like right by his ears. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I wanted to change him a little bit as the story goes. It's you're gonna see more bone ornamentation on his costume. His hat, I really I wanted to give him like a kind of like a cross between a fedora and a cowboy hat, because if you go back and look at a lot of Western photos and history, and even from the Victorian era, just the 1800s, they have all kinds of different hats. And I was really like, I don't know, I really wanted like a fedora, but mixed with a cowboy hat. And then the story kind of goes in, you'll see that he has more bone ornamentation in there. And I wanted to kind of make his the brow look kind of almost reminiscent of a like a bull, like bull horns coming up like that. So as you'll see, like,
very cool.
Through all the issues, like the one on the cover, it doesn't really look like a bull, but that's the whole the idea behind it, basically.
Yeah, no, I get you. Oh, there you go. You can see a little bit better right here. I really like all of the detail that you've put into them, and in all honesty, like, it's got to be a bitch and a half to draw this much bone ornamentation over and over again, especially if you're looking at this jacket. It's all along the edges. Every single point has these like bone claws coming off of it. It's all around his neck too, and like that's got to be such a pain to draw panel to panel.
Yeah, I don't. It's fun for me. I don't because I work a day job, so when I get in there and get to draw some stuff like that, I just kind of switch into this robot mode, and I kind of just let my hand do the thing, and I'll be listening to I'll be in on a chat on my phone on YouTube, listening to some CG stuff or something, and or watching a video on YouTube, or listen. And I just kind of it doesn't really bother me too much, but the time factor. I wish I had another one of me, a clone, that way I could get in there and really get more work done.
Yeah,
and also it's on a 11x17, so I can't mess up too much. So I just got to get in there and get out, I guess.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Like granted, I'm not really an artist, so that's probably why to me it's just like awe-inspiring. It's watching somebody do something that I lack the ability to do.
Oh, you're obviously an artist. Yeah.
I'm creative. But one thing that I think is reminiscent, I get the same way when I'm writing. So if I start getting on a roll with writing, it'll all just kind of pour out. And I was like, oh, that was a good 10 minutes. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's 3.5 hours. I should probably go to sleep. I was just supposed to write like quick notes so I could expand on it like the next day. And instead I stayed there until 3 or 4 in the morning. I was like, oh, but wait, this would be cool. Like, you turn around, you're like, oh no, that was a whole lot of time. But hey, look, I got like 30 pages done.
Yeah, sometimes you get say like you're in a band and you come up with a song. Sometimes that 1 minute that you guys made up, or 5 minutes, is better than 5 months of writing one song that's just forced. And then I think 90% of the time, stuff that's not forced is what is the definitive version of whatever the form of multimedia creation you're going to be stuck with.
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. It's when you get out of your own head and just let the creativity happen. that
Well, I call
you
it
get your
the art
best.
demon. I think it's the art
Nice.
demon, like if I don't create something, I have this art demon in me that will not be silenced, everybody has it,
Right.
that's why there's starving artists, because they have to follow and listen to that little sucker. Just to
Right.
keep it, just to silence it and keep it going,
Chrissy says, what's his day job? Foreman of a slaughterhouse?
No comment.
Oh shit. Oh, that's creepy. We don't want to know why you know so much about bones. Max has a legitimate question. He says, would Butch mind being in a crossover into his Skulls art book Indiegogo project that he's working on?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you want to draw a picture of Butch for your art book? Go right ahead. Absolutely.
That'd be pretty badass. That'd be pretty.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Super awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, this is a really neat campaign. So I have another question, because I had heard whispers and I didn't know when it was going to be, or even if it was going to actually be a thing. So the song that you had from Rotten Glory and Death Metal Hero, is that going to be offered at some point on this campaign as like a perk or an add-on or anything like
the
that?
Song? Oh yeah, right there. As soon as you back, boom, within like 24 hours, as soon as I get off from work, I send you the MP3. It's yours. Everybody, yeah.
Oh, that's
back.
awesome.
So
if you guys want to hear some really badass CD music, and you want to as Frog G is over here putting it, roll the bones, which you definitely should want to do. Not to mention, you're supporting more creators, because that's helping get them out there, and it's pretty fucking badass. This is a great thing to back. So you're not just getting this awesome book with this awesome storyline, with some amazing art, with some crazy perk going on, and some really awesome stretch goals, but you're also going to immediately get an MP3, which is like super badass. Like, why would you not want to do that? That's crazy. That's super crazy. I like it. Don't think I've backed yet, but I'm about to. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
you're in your first 30 days. Let's verify. First 30 days, you're extending for another 30, yes?
Yes, that's a verification.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Next month, I am backing.
Cool.
It's happening.
Thank you so much.
Probably happening with a head sketch, because why the fuck not? Yeah, so I mean, look, Shae's gonna back it. Come on now. So definitely get in on this. And yeah, does anybody else in the chat, like, gosh, you guys are like so talkative, but you don't have questions today. It's so crazy. Like, normally they're just all over with their questions, and today it's just like everyone's just stoked for it. They're talking about how badass it is. Like, you got Fade, the song is awesome. You got Frog G over here saying roll the bones. You got a bunch of people that were just kind of, look, Death Metal Hero recommends Butch Cleaver. Of course you do, buddy. It has already backed. So, I mean, look at that. We got Christopher C is number 42, which means that we probably have some refreshing to do. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
So you were 1805. So you refresh. There you go, 1840.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm totally down. You guys are amazing. And Wise Guy says perhaps all of the questions have already been answered. Well, you know what, Wise Guys? Hush. You're ruining my format, sir. Was there anything else that you kind of want to highlight, or that you wanted to make sure that was mentioned about your project?
Just that pretty much, like everyone that signed up for the that mailing list, just to make sure that you back in the, in the full 60 days to get that trading card for the Slaughterhouse Butch, the number 0 card. So that's a big thing, because a lot of times when you're mailing stuff off through a MailChimp, it goes right to like advertisements, and it also will go to the trash, spam and stuff. So there's that.
Death Metal Hero wants to know, when are there going to be Butch Cleaver mead horns?
Oh man, that's a good question. I'd love to make some of those. Yeah, because in the book there's a Viking meat hall saloon. I mean, you know about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he has a bartender. He does make some friends in the book, and his name's Vargbjörn, and the bar is called the Varg Skull. So he does have a horn he's always drinking out of, and or at least on his belt. So I wanted to make a cowboy Viking, not a cowboy ninja Viking, a cowboy Viking that has some stories. So that would be something I can go into, and he's the one dude, and it's inside the bar, and then there's these cowgirl Valkyries that are there too, the shield maidens. Maybe Valkyries, maybe not, but they're in there too, and they're doing their thing. So
well, we're definitely going to have you back on, and I'm going to see if I can do them any kind of justice. Maybe. Well, we're going to give it a shot. We will see what happens. Well, we are getting close to when you are supposed to be on with Phil, and my dog is eating something that I don't know what it is, and it's terrifying because it sounds like plastic. I'm hoping that distracts her. So we're gonna wrap up, but thank you guys so much for coming out and for checking out Butch Cleaver. Please make sure that you go back. We have my dog losing her mind. We have one last question from Wise Guys. Is the t-shirt behind you part of the campaign?
So this right here was basically like a prototype. I made a bunch of them that I was selling at campaigns, but I only have like a few sizes, and there's a couple of things off about it. But this is it right here. That's the front of it, and this is the back right here. My logo from the company, Runecutter Comics. Roll the bones to know your role. And I basically wanted to make it kind of look like a death metal label mixed with some brutal barbaric stuff. That's like the whole idea behind that. So, but yeah,
I love it. That's awesome.
Definitely, like that's in the cards. Like that's like the next thing I really want is to make some shirts for Butch Cleaver, and I'm going to be trying to set something up online. I don't want to do it as a campaign. I wanted to do it more of someone could just click online and order it, and I'd love to see people wearing the shirts out in public and stuff like that,
There's a couple of people who do that, and there's a couple of places that you could go to, sites and stuff to make sure that it's done well. So if you have any questions about that, hit me up later when you have some time, because I know for once it's not me that is rushing and has like a bunch of stuff to do. So yeah, hit me up later and we'll talk about it. I know a couple different things. I've been looking for a lot of t-shirts companies and stuff like that to make sure that they're the best.
Cool. Awesome. Sounds good. Oh, looks like we might have lost her. Well, thanks guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if you can, tell all your friends, your folks, your frenemies, your fiends.
Sorry.
Butch Cleaver. That's all good.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to Red Valkyrie if you haven't already. And absolutely go and check out Butch Cleaver. Back it. Get yourself that badass song track, because it's just too good, and it's supporting more of the CG creators around here. So Definitely get in on that. And yeah, we will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you later.
Bye, guys.